Oh, you got the memo. Oh, there's more black.
You know, she was going to be yes too. I wasn't excited anymore. She did it last year. PT. I was going to say, it's my people would say, yeah, she actually got, oh, you should like compost. Maybe that's what she said. Yeah.
I get them when it is nice.
Which would be a little weird.
If I start getting
Hey, you know. Oh my God. Yes. I know happening. Yeah, I think that was
You saw her marching in the morning.
No, I
When streaming is on, so the most important time to the A key is the sermon. Just keep on doing it. I want to get it. I was doing it last night. I didn't see once that it wasn't when I hit it. I would just, but during the sermon, people like almost their finger on it because that's the one thing that's all that everyone's going to go for the recordings. You get a lot of people that want to watch. So how do we check is there a simple way of seeing who's? Well, you have to jump off of this, right? You have to go. If you go into here, right? I don't know where it shows, but when right there, there's two people on. So yeah, on that one. And then I actually, for now, I just have it on that. Yeah. And then just once in a while, if you change this scene where you think it's appropriate, just because otherwise they're looking at the same thing. That's why it's nice. Like if they don't like it, show up. Yeah, but like during Kaddish, maybe when you're standing, it's nice to do that. Maybe. Yeah, Mike. Oh, and then you know what? Do when the rabbi's his sermon, I would do the tight. You might want to do that because that's more of a close up of him. Tight 2 or tight? Tight 2 is tighter than it's better than medium. At least then they're getting a closer view of him. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it on until we start like that. Okay, so I made all 3 of these are co-hosts. This is co-host? Just in case. Don't think over. Should be good. Yeah. Good. How are you?
How are you doing? Good.
Good. And yourself?
So glad. Yep.
So how's retirement?
I'm loving it. Yeah. Best thing ever.
Yes.
I think teaching and of course start on we have 3rd week this coming Monday and a good group of students.
Where are you teaching?
Clinical law, computer and internet law. And nice thing because internet's always changing. Every week there are new cases or new issues.
How long have you been at Clinical?
It's my 3rd semester. So it's my second year. The guy that passed away that was actually vice president of that stuff, Joe Carmen, you must have heard of him. I've heard of him, but I didn't know him.
Because he was 50 years old. He passed away like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
He was just 50 years old.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, it was kind of weird. He went into a hospital.
Right.
With some potential stomach, this and that. Passed away a week later.
Yeah. I always fear that, if you get on the side, it's a slow spiral.
Well, what happened was there was some things, they said possibly cancer, possibly this, possibly that, but apparently,
was pretty virulent.
Apparently he had been taking a dose, he'd been taking, was it ibuprofen or something? It wasn't something super heavy, but he'd been taking major doses of it for his pain the last couple of weeks. Yep.
that he
And it can kill your kidneys or kill your stomach.
and then ended up shut. Well, he was very, very heavy set.
Uh-huh. So they probably had underlying causes too. Yeah.
Don't know. Yeah, he was. I mean, he graduated West Point. He was in the service. Super nice guy, smart guy.
And after the service, put the weight. Yeah. But no, I'm loving teaching and a good group of students. Yeah. The trouble is, it takes me like 3 or 4 weeks to get all the names down, and I'm used to a brand new group. So I'm doing that, and then Cheshire's building 2 new public schools. I'm on the civilian review board for that.
Yeah.
And
My daughter-in-law is an associate athletic director there.
oh yeah. They're always building new tennis courts. And, it's a great university for that. A lot of good stuff. And you say the whole campus up here in Hamden with the
I mean, there are
rink,
different reviews on the school. You talk to different people. One of the things that it is really well known for is the PA stuff.
Right.
Physician assistant.
The
and
medical,
and their
physical therapy, nursing. Yeah, they're very good in that. Yeah. Yep. So that's it. So things are going good. Sinatra, how are you?
Oh, yeah, good to see you.
It's been a long time, right? It's 24 hours.
How you doing? I got my book. I got the right number. I got the right number.
121.
120.
Okay, I'll see you. Still pretty sparse crowd.
I don't. What we're seeing, don't think it's going to be. I mean,
even looking at the back, it's a lot less seats than I remember from 10 years ago.
Oh yeah, way less.
Yeah.
But even membership, I'm sure.
She was meant, yeah.
We're
Yeah,
down, we're
demographics.
we're down to 312 or something, where we were on 400. And even out of those 312,
a lot of
there's 40 or
corresponding
50 that are not even around. So one of the issues is that creates the budget.
It does, right. You don't have those dues coming. People aren't joiners anymore. Part of it is this. People that sit at home and watch it.
Only my youngest is an actual member and that's reformed down in Florida.
Yeah, I think of our 3 Sharon's a member here actually.
So
my other 2 aren't.
The one that was locally, my son and daughter-in-law, they're not interested in joining.
Yeah.
They they'll come to a service, and whatever. Her parents belong to Emmanuel, so they go up there,
right? Yeah.
Also, about the same as here. And my daughter in Boston, there's a congregation they're part of,
right?
But there's not a synagogue.
Yeah, it's more informal. The Haftarah, what are they called? They meet at somebody's house.
In the service.
Yeah.
I know when we did the bris, the lady that kind of did it, she's like, I don't think she's rabbi maybe, but she, of that group.
Right.
And then they had a surgeon come in, do the,
come in and do the actual snip, right?
Along with her.
Yeah, my sister in Vermont has that too, the Haftarah. And there's a shul in Manchester, about 45 minutes from their house. So they go there now and then, but most of the time she does it from home.
Yeah, so it's
That's all right.
So
I'm not sitting here. I'm just.
Okay, that's okay.
Yep, there you go.
No, it's okay. This is your seat, Jeff.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Yeah.
This is nice. You get a certain age.
So I guess I'm shaman, so I'm going to give them around like that.
Yep.
I don't know who some of these people are.
They haven't, since I've been doing this regularly, they haven't asked me to do shows.
I don't know. I don't know her. I don't know that.
So how are the little boys?
Oh.
It goes so fast.
Very fast. Yeah.
My friends, thank you. It's my wife. Hey.
How you doing?
Hi. Thank you.
This is fabulous. I was telling
Not performing. I think no performing. We're acting out. We're acting out. Well, I mean, we're doing that again for years. No.
My grandsons are now 26. And I drive them around, it's perfect because then they're stuck in the car. They can't. So far, so good. Just sit down, make me stand out here.
not at all.
Hey, what's Jeff Heck isn't coming in, which is interesting.
No, yeah.
Look at Jeff.
Yeah, what's that all?
I asked him.
Jeff Heck. He was here either last Saturday or Saturday before.
Does anybody object to start a minute early? Seeing no objections. We're very happy to have you with us here and on Zoom and on stream. We're a mainstream synagogue. And we're very happy we're going to be having a lot of participation today, including there are going to be people who are doing things for the first time. And we want to all encourage them by singing along because they're going to want that encouragement. And we're going to start out with Shira Rosenblatt. We're going to be turning to page 37 and Rise of the Prophet. Amen.
Yeah, no, he went to Florida. He's got a granddaughter.
Please be seated. We're on page 38. Five lines from the bottom on page 38.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai
On page 40, we'll read the first paragraph together. The Bible relates that God created Adam, a single human being, as the ancestor of all humanity. This teaches us that to destroy a single life is to destroy a whole world, even as to save a single life is to save a whole world. That all people have a common ancestor. Since no one can say to anyone else, my ancestor was greater than your ancestor. That humanity began with a single human being is an answer to heretics who claim the existence. That humanity began with a single human being proclaims forever the greatness of the Holy One. For humans stamp many coins with one God, and they all love alike. Therefore, every human being must declare, it is for my sake the world is created. Now at the bottom of page 40, he wrote something. Mourners Kaddish Rabbanan on page 41. Mourners, please rise. Yitgadal, Yitgadash, Shemei Rabbah, Yalmad, Yivrach, Yeruteh, Yam Leif Mafuteh, Yechaye Chon, Yomei Chon, Uchaye, Chol Beit Yisrael, Agalau, Yisman Kariv, Yiru, Meh, Yishnei Rabbah, Mevorach, Yolam, Me'olam, Yitbarach, Yishtabach, Yitbar, Yithamam, Yitnaseh, Yitadar, Yitaleh, Yitalal, Shemei, Kusha, Recho, Le'elah, Yukol, Yerhata, Shrata, Yushvahata, Nechamata, Gam, Yirán, V'alman, V'ru, Amen. All Yisrael, V'al Rabbanan, V'al Talmidehum, V'al Kol Talmidehum, V'al Kol Man, V'yaskim, V'yaraita, V'yatra Hadein, V'yifol Atar V'atar, Yehei Lahonu Lahon Shlama Rabba, Tina B'chista B'rachamim, V'chayin Harifim Zona Ravicha, For Kanami Kanama Hukun Vishmaya, Hebrew. Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba Mishmaya. Kachayim Tobi Malay Yal Kol Yisrael, Hebrew. Amen. Oseh Shalom Ugamad, Ubrachamav Yaseh Shalom. Aleinu Yal Kol Yisrael, Hebrew. Amen. Please be seated. We are on page 42. We'll read responsibly. Adonai, our Master, what majesty is yours throughout the world, the heavens display your splendor. When I look at your heavens, your handiwork, the moon and the stars which you have shaped, mere mortals, that you should take account of them, that you have made them little less than divine. All sheep and oxen, all the wild beasts, birds of the air, and fish of the sea, all that inhabit the ocean deep. Now we're turning to page 44, Psalm for the Season. We're going to read the page together. Adonai is my light and my help, whom shall I fear? My life, whom shall I dread? When evil people assail me to devour my flesh, those who besiege me will stumble and fall. This I will be sure. One thing I ask of Adonai is to behold God's beauty and visit God's sanctuary. And meet God's Sukkah on the calamitous day, were God to enfold me in the secret recesses of God's tent, I would be raised up and protected for it. Now I raise my head above the enemies that surround me. It is your presence that I seek, Adonai. Do not hide your face from me. Do not anger me. You have always been my help. Do not forsake me. Do not abandon me, my God. Though my father and mother, Adonai will have me in. Show me your way. On page 45, we'll read responsibly. I extol you, Adonai, you raised me up. You did not permit foes to rejoice over me. Sing to Adonai, you faithful, acclaim God's holiness. While at ease I once thought, nothing can shake my security. Favor me, and I am a mountain of strength. Hide your face, Adonai, and I am terrified. What profit is there if I'm silenced? What benefit if I go to my grave? Will the dust praise you? Will it proclaim your faithfulness? You transform my mourning into dancing, my sackcloth into robes of joy, that I might sing your praise unceasingly, that I might thank you, Adonai, my God, forever. We are now on page 46, one is Kaddish, one is Mizrahs. Yid Gadal, Yid Gash, Rabbah, Yalmad, Yibrach, Yudjay, Yam Lake Malchutay. Yechaye Kon, Yomei Kon, Chaye, Lag Allah, Yisman Karif, Yibru, Amen. Yishem, Yit Barach, Yishtabach, Yit Har, Yit Roman, Yit Naseh, Yit Hadar, Yit Aleb, Yit Halal, Shmei, Yishah, Brehu. Let me la, Mikol, Birchata, Yishrata.
Tushkahata Nekamata, Dami Randi Oma Vibru Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba Mishmaya, V'chaim Alim V'yom Kol Yisrael Vibru Amen. Oseh Shalom V'chama, Uyaseh Shalom, Aleinu V'yom Kol Yisrael Vibru Amen.
All rise, page 47, Rosh Hashanah. Baruch Please be seated. Calling on Dr. David Fell and Cindy Fell, page 53. They're going to be leading us responsibly in Psalm 90, a prayer of Moses, man of God, on page 53.
Adonai, you have been our refuge for all generations.
Before the mountains emerged, before the earth was formed, from age to age, you are God. You engulf all human beings in sleep. They flourish for a day like grass. In the morning it sprouts afresh. By nightfall it fades and withers. Your wrath darkens our days, our lives are over like a sun. Who can know the power of your wrath? Who can measure the reverence due you? Teach us to use all of our days, that we may attain a heart of wisdom. Match days of sorrow with days of joy, equal to the years we have suffered. Then your servants will see your power, their children will know your glory.
Now on page 54, we're going to test your angle. We'll lead us responsibly in English, Psalm 91. Daniel.
Dwelling in the shelter of the Most High, abiding in the shadow of the Almighty, I call Adonai my refuge and fortress, my God in whom I trust. Fear not terror by night, nor the arrow that flies by day, the pestilence that stalks in darkness, nor the plague that rages at noon. You need only look with your eyes to see the recompense of the wicked. God will instruct angels to guard you in all your paths, to carry you in their hands lest you stumble on a stone. Since you are devoted to me, I will deliver you. I will protect you because you care for me. I will satisfy you with fullness of days and show you my salvation.
Now turn to page 8. And on page 58, we'll read responsibly in English. It is good to thank you, Adonai, to sing your praises all to God. Your creation, Adonai, gives me joy. I sing of your handiwork. The thoughtless cannot comprehend, the foolish cannot fathom this. Surely your enemies, Adonai, surely your enemies shall perish. Those who commit evil shall crumble. My eyes will look directly at the ranks of my foes, and as enemies gather against me, my ears will hear. In old age, they are yet fruitful, always fresh and fragrant, proclaiming that Adonai is flawless, my stronghold, never unjust. Page 60, Asher. Page 63, the middle of the page, hallelujah.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. El King of Shalom, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Page 67, Nishmat Kolcha. I'm already shaking and kissing. You feeling while they Shira Kayan. It's right, the alternative. I think that's a good rough. People. Josh Jacob, Shira Rosenblatt, for done so beautifully. We're calling it Kaplan. Please rise. 69, Hamel. Please be seated.
ודברי צדיקים תתפרח, ובלשון חסידים תתקדש, ובקרב קדושים תתהלך. ומחברות ירבון לך בית ישראל. וגדול להלל השבח, ספר לרומם להגיע לברך עולם ולקלס. על כל דברי שירה ותשבחות, דוד בן ישי עבדך משיחך. נשתבח ברכות ולא נתן ביד עולם, ברוך אתה אדוני. El melech gadol v'tishbachot, El hadadot, Adon haniflot, Masher b'shirei zimun, HaMelech, Rokei olamim. Yitkadosh Shemei Rabbah, Ve'amad yivrak liyutei, Ve'yamlich malchutei.
Please rise and point on time to both seats. Welcome to the Ark of Bark, page 71. Please be seated. We are now on page 73 of Shabbat. I'll call you to. Page 75.
La Kisro Tambana Pratrua, Pesapabron Nakrosha, Lulakia Kadoli, Eomri, Era. Kadosh, 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 ואופני בחיות הקודש, ורשקלון נכנסים, לעומת סרחים, ומקם שבחים, ואומרים, ברוך יבוא אדוני נמוך, לאלה ברוך נמוך ניסנו, אור חדש על ציון תאיר, ונזכה כולנו מקרא לאורו, ברוך אתה אדוני יוצר המאורות. ורחמנו לשמך הקדוש על באמת, לדאוג לך וליקנך ביחפה, ברוך אתה אדוני, אבושר דם ישראל, ביחפה.
Page 77 for the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Adonai Echad, Yechol Echad, Echad, V'hayu Hadvarim Ha'ele, Asher Rovi Tzadkam, Hayom Alecha, V'shanta Avodecha, V'dibar Tzadkam,
You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all that is yours. These words that I command you this day shall be taken to heart. Teach them again and again to your children, and speak of them when you sit in your home, when you walk on your way, when you lie down, and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand, and as a symbol above your eyes. Inscribe them upon the doorposts of your home and on your gates. Vayayim Shamoah, Natati, V'achalta v'sabata. All yet to enter into the Torah, Yater el b'nei Yisrael v'yarta aleihem v'yatzu b'hem tzitzi v'tegehem l'torah v'natnu al tzitzi hakanah v'til tefeleh v'yalatem v'tzitzi v'ritem oto v'skartem v'kol mitzvot Adonai v'asitem tam Acharei v'achen Asher atem zonim acharei Antisteru asitem kol mitzvotai Yotem kadoshim Elohim Ani Adonai Elohim Asher v'titechem me'eretz Mitzrayim V'yom ha'chem zonim
Adonai Elohim,
On page 78, from the middle of the page to the bottom, we read together in English. Truly, this teaching is constant, well-founding and enduring, righteous and trustworthy. beloved and cherished, desirable and pleasing, awe-inspiring and majestic, well-ordered and established, good and beautiful, and so incumbent on us forever. Truly, the God of the universe, our sovereign, is the protector of Jacob and the shield of our deliverance. In each generation, God is present. God's name endures. God's throne is established. And God's sovereignty and faithfulness abide forever. God's teaching is living and enduring, truthful and beloved throughout all time. As our ancestors accepted it as incumbent on them, we accept it as incumbent on us, our children, and all the future seed of the house of Israel who serve you. Whether in ancient time or in future time, it is a good, enduring teaching, a constant truth, a never-changing principle. Truly, you are Adonai, our God, and the God of our ancestors, our sovereign and our ancestors' sovereign, our Redeemer and our ancestors' Redeemer. You are our Creator and the rock of our deliverance, our Redeemer and help. So you were known throughout time, for there is no God but you. Still on page 17. Page 79.
The top of page 8. Lord Belavion, Baruch Uvarach, Moshe Min Yisrael, Lecham Shirach, Simcha Rabbah, Ve'amru Kulam, Yichamocha Ba'im Adonai, Yichamocha Ba'im Yachad kulam hudovim lechu ve'amru Adonai Yimloch le'olam. Please rise. Kedosh Yisrael, Baruch Atah Adonai, Yisrael.
Yashikov to Ed Kaplan and a beautiful davening. We're going to be turning to page 11. Our silent devotion will be found in pages 11 and 17, from 11 to 17. You come over. rise again for repetition of Unita, calling on Jeff Bruin, calling on Stephen Cherry Sosensky to open the ark, page 81. You remain standing, page 82. So make no fever of my dear Oh, make I in not pleasing our heart, become O God, Page 84.
Remain standing, page 86. I got two, but I didn't Kadosh, 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 Adonai Please be seated. We are on page 87 with maintain comment. We're on page 88. Page 88. At the top of page 89, we'll read the first paragraph together in English. Our God and God of our ancestors, may you be exalted over the entire universe in your glory. May you be raised up over all the earth in your splendor. And may you manifest yourself to all the inhabitants of the world in the majestic beauty of your strength. Then all creatures will know that you created them. All living things will understand that you gave them life, and everything that breathes will proclaim, Adonai, the God of Israel, is sovereign, ruling over all. Amen. Since it's Shabbat, we skip Avinu Malkeinu. We turn to page 94, the middle of the page, to the Reader's Cottage.
Amen.
A couple of things. First of all, Yasha Koa, Shira Rosenblatt, and Ed Kaplan, and Jeff Gruen, all of whom are doing new things today. And wonderful job in Yasha Koa to all of them. Also, the children's services will begin right now. So the children and teenagers and different people can go to their different groups. We're very happy to call again on our cantor Jennifer Kahn. That takes us to page 96. Please rise.
How much did you pay him? Some days you get the bear, some days the bear gets you. Ruler of the universe, praise be your name and your sovereignty. May your favor abide with your people Israel forever. We are the servants of the Holy One, whom we revere and whose precious Torah we revere at every time and place. Not on human beings, nor on angels do we rely, but rather on the God of heaven, the God of truth, whose Torah is truth, whose prophets are true, and who abounds in deeds of goodness and truth. We put our trust in God. We utter praise to God's holy, precious name. May it be your will that you open our hearts to your Torah, and that you fulfill the desires of our hearts and the hearts of all your people Israel, for goodness, for light, and for peace. Amen. Page 98, 4 lines down.
Repeat after the cantor, page 98, middle of the page.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Take a look. I didn't see that. It's kind of early.
I didn't say no. We flew to my kind of nice. You know, it's a disrepair. It's not heavy as my Torah. Please be seated. Again, it's and I'm very happy that everybody's talking. That's part of this whole thing. So thank you for talking. That was wonderful. And isn't it wonderful to see everybody? One of the things that we look forward to on the holidays is the renewed encounter with melodies and rituals and texts and tastes, which we have developed great affection for over the years. It's like the feeling one has at the sight of old friends coming down the path to greet us, prompting recollections of the good times we've enjoyed forever. I feel that way about the Torah portions that we read on the 2 days of Rosh Hashanah. After all these years, I know them really well, but as with good friends, I still wonder what they'll have to say to me this year. So here's Sarah, laughing with delight at the birth of a son in her old age, and then turning around in anger and demanding the banishment of Hagar and Ishmael. There's Hagar in the wilderness, unable to look at what she fears will be her son's imminent death from thirst and starvation, only to have God hear his cry, open her eyes to the water nearby, and promise that Ishmael too will become a great nation. On one level, the Torah's strategy in telling these stories, and the rabbi's wisdom in having us read them on Rosh Hashanah, seems straightforward. It's hard for us to grasp the enormity of the world's creation, one of the things on which we're meant to focus on during Rosh Hashanah, which celebrates the creation of the world. It is not much less difficult to make sense of God's sovereignty, given all that happens in this world against God's will, or to plumb the depths of the assurance that God will remember us to life. So the text comes along with narratives on the human scale that we can appreciate. Parents and children, family tragedies feared but averted. This we can relate to, and each year we do so anew. These are not just recitals of events that happened long ago, they tell our lives. So we're going to be reading on page 100 for the first day. We're very happy to have the participation of a number of Torah readers, of course all the Aliyot,
And again, one of the things that Judaism tries to do is to include as many people as possible, especially on the beat. We're on page 100.
Ben Amam Hazor, Yubenit Yitzhak, Vayeran Adadar, Ve'od, B'nei Abraham, Al Odot Benot, Yomer Elohim El Abraham, Al Yeira B'necha, Al B'necha Al Na'ar Et Be'avonatecha, Kol Asher Tobat Elecha, Saram Shema V'Kolach, Yitzhak, Yikra Lecha Zara.
The fourth allele will be found on page 101.
Amen. Ze'am et b'nei Amah, L'goy asinenu, Yisarka yuku, V'yashkem Avraham, B'boker, V'yigam lechem, V'yim mat mayim, V'yitin el hagar, Sam al shivma, vet ayelet vayashvim teha, vateilet vateta, beribat bershava, vayachlu hamayim, mincha chema, vatashvet et ayelet, תחת אחד הסיפים, ותלך ותשב לה מנגד הרחק, אם תחווה קשר היא אמרה אל אראה במות היעלת, ותשב מנגד ותישא את קולה, וישמע אלוהים את קול הנהר, ויקרא מפעל אלוהים אל הגר מן השמיים, ויאמר לה מלאך הגר, אל תראי ישמע אלוהים אל קול הנהר באשר הוא שם.
Please rise. Please remain standing for the reason of the Savior. Please be seated. Our mantra will be found on page 106. It concerns the offerings that were made on this day in ancient times. Page 106 towards the bottom of the page.
Baruch Adonai Haborah. Baruch Adonai Haborah. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol hamim, v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch Adonai noten haTorah.
Yes, one thing larger. She's so gone and far. How can they so hard? Wish you know what was sleeping. The series in a far. If I can have it then. We'll forward. Oh, I will forward. Moving for time.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah shemen v'chayei lana b'tokeinu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Please rise for the raising of the second. Please be seated. The Torah is made up of 5 books. That's what we call the high thumb. So we're doing a lot of new things today and having new people participate. And we're trying different experiments. So the Haftarah is going to be done in a special way. But first, let me set it up. It will be found on page 108. And the story and prayer of Hannah in 1 Samuel chapters 1 and 2 is familiar to the Jewish people as the Haftarah for the first day of Rosh Hashanah. It's a text that presents a very positive feminist perspective millennia before the word or concept of feminism existed. In this story, the male characters of Elkanah and Eli do not understand Hannah's despair and need to be shown the power of her incredible faith in God. Her prayer should be seen as an astonishing expression of faith that emerges from the heart of a common woman. This prayer is not only beautiful, it's also efficacious. God hears it and grants her what she wants so desperately, and then blesses her beyond her dreams. Hannah's ritual participation, her naming of her son Samuel, her decision-making about when and how she'll participate in the cult, and when Samuel will enter the temple service, all culminate in one of the earliest psalms that was in many ways way ahead of its time theologically. The very fact that this prayer is presented here demonstrates the perspective of the Bible that attributes it to a woman who influences her own destiny and the destiny of her people. So we're going to be doing this Haftarah in a very special way today. Rena and Arthur Seltzer are going to split and share the passage with the idea of how the female and male characters interact. It will be like hearing the voices of Hannah and Eli and Elkanah. We're on page 100.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'mirim tovim v'rasa b'divreihem hanima'im b'emet. Baruch atah Adonai abocher b'torah Moshe ado u'Yisrael amo u'v'ti'et ha'emet b'seder. Vayhi Ishachar min harmat hayim Sofi mehar Ephraim Ushemo Elkanah Ben Yeroham Ben Elihu Ben Tohu Ben Su Ephrati Velo Sheten Ashim Shem Achad Hanaha V'Shem Hasheni Penina Vayhi Lechina Yeladim Ulchana En Yeladim Ve'Allah Ha'eshahu Mero Me'amim Yamima V'Yishtachavot V'Lispoah L'Adonai Tsevaot B'Shilo
ושם נבנה אבני ופנחס כהנים לאדוני ויהי היום ויזבח אלקנה מן הדן לפנינה אשתו ולכל בניה ובנותיה מנות ולחנה ייתן מנחת החיים את חנה אהב אדוני סגר הרחמה ויאמר לה אלקנה אישה חנה למד איתי ולמה לא תאכלי ולמה ירא לבדך הלא אנוכי טובה מהספנים ויאמר אלי מתי יתקרבין אסיר יהיה מעלייך ויענני ויאמר לכי לשלום אלוהי ישראל ייתן את שאלתך אשר שאלת מעמו וישכימו
Kera Vayitakabu Nearonahai Vayashu Vayaboeleka Maharamata Vayedaha Elkana 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 Ishaho Vayiskere Haronahai Vayya Lekufot Hayamim Vakahar Hanaha Vakele Vatigra Shemo Shemuel Imeronai Shilti Vayal Ayishel Kanar Pol Geto Lisbon Adonai Etzeva Hayamim Yet Nidro Vayomer laha Elkana Isha Asih Hakol Denayim Shevir Adagam Lechoto Yakem Adonai El Divaro Vatishev Haisha Vatenek Et Minah Adagam Oto Yaren Karen Ishimo Ataruna Hayana Kalaham Durkohamim Sadikohado Ayanaman Hogel Yosef Hamdadet Hayem Get Koldivara Demet Vatzedem Neman Atabu Atarayenu Vinemani Divareha Vidavahani Vareha Valayesu Bekaham Eanahema Rahaman Atka Baruch Atah Adonai Ha'el Hanema Dechol Demaraha Rachem Asiyam Gevek Hayenu Gelalu Etemen Koshia Bimiram Yameinu Baruch Atah Adonai Mesameh Asiyam Bevaneha Samenu Arayenu Bielera Rabbi Akecha Umahu Kedavi Mishilchecha Vimerayavo Viagelipeinu Al Kisolo Yeshazar Velo Yikalu Od Acharin Et Kivaloho Kivishem Hashvani Patalo Shelo Yisveniro Le'olam Vaed Baruch Atah Adonai Magen David Al HaTorah Yal Avodah Yal Handim Yal Yom HaShabbat Hazeh Yal Yom HaZikaron Hazeh Shenatatavanu Adonai Eloheinu Zekishav L'Nucha L'Chavod U'Tifaret Ha'akol Eloheinu Anachnu Modim Lach U'Mvachim Otah Yeparesh Shimcha B'Shimcha Na'im Yolam Va'ed U'Dvacha Emet V'Kayam La'ad Baruch Atah Adonai Melech HaKol Haaretz Mekadesh HaShabbat Melech HaKol Haaretz Mekadesh HaShabbat Melech HaKol Mekadesh HaShabbat V'Yisrael B'Yom HaZikaron.
Yashikoa, Sabrina Arthur, and a very special Haftarah. It's very special, thank you. We're now going to be turning to page 116. We're calling on Dr. Michael Nathanson. He's going to be leading us responsibly in prayer for our community welfare.
As we contemplate the sounds of the shofar calling to us, we're summoned by the knowledge of sufferings in our midst.
Some in our community.
The shofar calls us to hear the cries of those among whom we live, the cries of people whom we may not even see.
Help us to become instruments of redemption.
As the shofar curls from narrowness to breadth, so too may you bring all people from affliction to ease. Bless the leaders of our community and our country, that we may walk on the path of righteousness and conviction.
Now calling on Ariel Alaskan. Prayer for our country on page 117. We'll read it together.
Our God and God of our ancestors, with mercy accept our prayer on behalf of our country and its effort. Pour out your blessings upon this land, upon its leaders, its judges, officers, and officials, who are devoted in good faith to the needs of the public. Instruct them with the laws of your Torah, and help them understand your rules of justice, so that peace and security, happiness and freedom will never depart from our land. We pray, Adonai, God of spirits in all creatures, awaken that spirit within all the inhabitants of our land, uproot from their hearts hatred and malice, jealousy and strife. Plant among those of different nationalities and faiths who dwell in our nation love and companionship, peace and friendship. May it therefore be your will that that our land be a blessing to all who dwell on earth, and to cause them to dwell in friendship and freedom. Speedily fulfill the mission of your prophets. Nation shall not lift a sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. For all of them, from the least of them to the greatest, shall know him. And let us say,
Amen. Now prayer for the state of Israel, first in Hebrew, our cantor will chant it. Read Shabbat Shemayim, volume page 117, and then in English will be led by Cindy Miller.
Avinu, Avinu, Shabbat Shamayim, Zur Yisrael, Avinu, Avinu, Shabbat Shamayim, Zur Yisrael.
Okay, Cindy. In Shabbat Shemayim, stronghold and redeemer
of the people of Israel,
bless the state of Israel,
and
in our redemption.
rejection. Shield it with your love, spread over it the shelter of your peace. Guide its leaders and advisors through good life and truth. Help them to your good counsel. Strengthen the hands of those who take up on the land. Deliver them, crown their efforts with triumph. Bless the land with peace, and its inhabitants with blessed joy. And never say, Amen.
Since it's Shabbat, we're not going to be blowing shofar today. We'll be doing that tomorrow. So we skip and turn to page 120, fifth line, Asher. Please rise to return the Torah to the ark, calling on Cynthia Popley to open the ark. Stephen will be to carry the other Torah. On page 121, you will be followed by this morning Doug.
Who? You. I know.
Yeah, no, we definitely will go switch. Not right now. Stuff happens.
Not a competition.
Except it is a competition. Yes, we do.
Page 123. Because a lot of diabetics, you can't feel the toe. It's hard when they lose a toe. Right. They get infected. It gets gangrene. So you gotta chop it off. Right. It's serious. Please be seated.
I worry about that.
Immediately on page 140.
So,
Shabbatem, Echadel Tvilati, Kivila Vigila, Ikolan Naim, Birkat Naim, Uvio Rebezekat, Ikabiriat, Vitikar Bisatan, Divan, Nastini.
So Mrs. Rubenstein is a witness to a car accident. She was standing at an intersection when one car ran through a red light. It was going properly through a green light. Thing and insisted on going to court. Whose name was O'Brien decided that they should call on Mrs. Rubenstein and invalidate any testimony she might give, so that it would be just his client's word against the word of the other guy. Since Mrs. Rubenstein was 96 years old, O'Brien figured this shouldn't be hard at all. Mrs. Rubenstein is called to the stand, raises her right hand, but doesn't put her hand on Bible that's offered. Instead, she shows that she brought her own Tanakh, the Hebrew scriptures, and the judge, whose name is Moskowitz, says that this would be just fine. She swears to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God. She says, I do, and Amen. She sits down, and the attorney starts in on her. Mrs. Rubenstein, how old are you? Kanahara, I'm 96 years old. Now, in case you don't know a little Yiddish, Kanahara means that the evil eye should stay away and not curse her for saying that she's 96 years old. But O'Brien doesn't know any Yiddish. So he asks again, Mrs. Rubenstein, how old are you? Kanahara, I'm 96 years old. Now, O'Brien wants to point for the record. He wants a straight, direct statement of her age so that he can discredit anything that she might say. So he demands, Mrs. Rubenstein, for the record, how old are you? Kanahara, I'm 96 years old. Well, at this point, Judge Moskowitz says to O'Brien, I'd like to help. And O'Brien just nods in exasperation. Judge Moskowitz says, Kanahara, Mrs. Rubenstein, how old are you? She says, I'm 96. Now, usually when I tell this story, and I've told this story many times, I use it as an example of how you have to know how to talk to somebody. You have to speak their language. You have to talk their talk to communicate effectively. But today I want to talk about Mrs. Rubenstein as a witness. Kanahara, she was 96 years old, almost a century. Think about her as a witness, not just to a minor car accident, but to history, a sweep of events and technological changes that have transformed the world from the one that she was born into. And yet, for all her experience and wisdom, I want to emphasize that O'Brien was exercising ageism in thinking that Mrs. Rubenstein could not be a credible witness. He didn't ask for an eye test. He just assumed that she couldn't see well. He did not think that she could be what I would call a valuable witness. I'm thinking about one of my favorite witness stand scenes of all time from the movies, the climax of the classic comedy, My Cousin Vinny, when the attorney Vinny calls his fiancée Mona Lisa Vito to the stand as an expert witness about cars. Vinny's cousin and his friend have been accused of murder in rural Alabama and seem to be guilty because they were seen in a car that seemed to match the description of the car used by the real criminals. And just like O'Brien with Mrs. Rubenstein, the lawyer is prejudiced against Mona Lisa Vito. The lawyer here is prejudiced against women, for how could she know anything about cars? He says skeptically, now, Miss Vito, being an expert on general automotive knowledge, can you tell me what would the correct ignition timing be on a 1955 Bel Air Chevrolet with a 327 cubic inch engine and a 4-barrel carburetor? But Mona Lisa Vito, played perfectly by the actress Marisa Tomei, refuses to answer it because she knows more than the lawyer. She says that it's a trick question because Chevy didn't make a 327 to 55. The 327 didn't come out till 62. And it wasn't offered in the Bel Air with a 4-barrel car till 64. However, in 1964, the correct ignition timing would be 4 degrees before top dead center. Mona Lisa smiles because she vetoed an unjust verdict. And she is proved to be more knowledgeable than anybody in the courtroom. They all assumed that a woman could not know such things. With Mrs. Rubenstein, it's ageism. With Mona Lisa, it's sexism. And we, the audience, are thrilled because her expert testimony exonerates Vinny's cousin and saves him and his friend from a life in prison. But we, the audience, realize that we too were amazed at her knowledge and that we too did not believe that she knows anything relevant. She just seemed like a critical and sarcastic sidekick to the main character, Vinny. And then we think, who knew that knowing so much about carburetors could be so important? And then we think about the nature of knowledge itself, that you never know what knowledge will become important. And then we think, we don't know what other people know. And most of the time, we never even give them a chance to tell us. So many of us know very little about what our loved ones do or have done in this world. And so we only ask the most superficial question. How are things at work? And they say fine. And that's the end of the conversation. And you go on to talk about what you're binging on Netflix. How about just one more question like, tell me what you're working on? Or tell me something interesting that you're doing at work. You might be amazed at what you'll learn. And you'll be that much closer to another dimension of your loved one's life. Don't assume that you won't understand. You'll get the gist of it, and then the next time you talk, you'll do it again and you'll learn a little more. A witness tells what he or she knows. A witness is one who has seen or heard something and one who furnishes evidence. A witness is someone who can say, I know this is true. Witnesses share what they've experienced. Now let's go back to Mrs. Rubenstein, who has lived almost a century. Don't think of her as an old lady. Think of her as a valuable witness. Think of all the things that she's seen in her life. If you could read her mind, what a tale her thoughts would tell. Better than a paperback novel, the kind that the drugstore sells. What has she learned about people in those years of living? What does she think about America today compared to the past? Now think about the people in your life. Imagine yourself as a friendly attorney trying to learn what this witness knows. Have you ever been a witness at a court trial? I've never witnessed any crimes, but I have been called as a character witness. And one time, a person I knew very well told me about something he was being accused of. I listened very carefully. He explained what had really happened and why he was being blamed. I saw the face of an innocent person who was being falsely accused and couldn't figure out how to prove his innocence. So I'm called to the stand, by the way, like Mr. Rubenstein, I brought my own Bible, and the prosecuting lawyer was twisting me in knots. I would say something, and he would change my words to say something I never would have said. It was going very badly. I really didn't know what to do. So I looked at the judge, and I asked if I could just say something. The judge, who happened to be a nice Jewish guy, said that I could. I looked at the jury, and I said, I am here today as a character witness. I know this man's character. He is incapable of doing these things. This lawyer is a very clever guy, and he knows this game, and I don't. I don't care how he makes me look, or what he does to my words, or how he twists my words. The defendant did not do this. Postscript, he really was innocent. He was totally exonerated, and the real culprit eventually was punished. I think about that story all the time, but what I remember is the terrible feeling of being caught up in the lies and the accusations that were swirling around me, and it was out of my control. That's how I often feel about life these days. I know what the truth is. I know what a lie is. But the lies are swirling all around me, on TV, on the internet, coming at me nonstop. We Jewish people know how this feels. One of the great Jewish writers of all time is Franz Kafka. Kafka lived 100 years ago in Prague. He was a man who lived his life according to the principles of ethics and Judaism. But in his day job as a clerk, he was a witness to the maze of laws and bureaucracy. And he looked at European society, this is in the 1920s, and he said that when lies are made into a universal system, the best that you can do is to cry out for real justice. His most famous novel was The Trial, written almost exactly 100 years ago. And it begins like this. Someone must have slandered Joseph K. for one morning without having done anything wrong. He was arrested. Joseph K. is arrested, but can't find out what he's accused of. He goes through a labyrinth of traps in the legal system. Joseph K. tries to be a witness for himself, to defend himself against accusations that are never even made. Even at the very end of the book, after he's been executed, we still don't know what he did wrong. And that's because he never did anything wrong. Since the 1920s, we've learned that Kafka's nightmare was real. The atrocities that happened to the Jewish people of Europe actualized Kafka's novel beyond even his imagination. The trial was about the Holocaust before it happened. And it was saying Joseph K., the Jewish people, is going to be killed for no reason at all. Now, we all try to understand anti-Semitism. And lots of smart people have written lots of smart books giving deep and historical reasons for it. They say it's based on religion, or ethnicity, or history, but I know that it's just based on hate. It's just a raw form of pure hatred, what the rabbis call sinat chinam, free-floating hate. And the anti-Semites may come up with reasons for their hatred, but these are excuses. These are terrible people who hate for no reason at all. The hatred comes from within them. Kafka said, in a world of lies, each of us must cry out for justice. And no matter what, keep being a witness for the Jewish people. Now, what does it mean to be a Jewish witness? Let's take the most basic Jewish prayer, the Shema. Most of us learned it when we were just old enough to speak. These words are so powerful that we are instructed to say them twice a day. Think about the words of the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one. In just 6 Hebrew words, we have a statement of faith in God. The ancient rabbis, and if you'll look at the Master sometime when we get to the Shema, you'll see this. They instructed that 2 of the letters, the Ayin and the Dalet, the last letter of the word Shema, and the final letter of the word Echad, should be enlarged, because those 2 letters spell out the word Eid, which is the Hebrew word for witness. To say the Shema is to be a witness for God. But what does that mean, to be a witness for God? We must be witnesses for the defense of the meaning of life in a society that disregards the value of life, placing it as secondary behind the importance of owning a weapon that can kill the most people in a minute. We must be witnesses for the defense of truth in a society where some so-called news organizations disregard the value of truth, making it secondary to getting ratings from people who only want to hear the latest conspiracy theory. We must be witnesses for the defense of democracy and justice in a society where many state legislators try to block the votes of people who are not going to vote the way they want them to, so they make laws to discriminate against minorities. We must be witnesses for the defense of everybody's right to be who they see themselves to be in a society where many think that everyone must be like them. To be a Jewish witness of value is not just to see something. To be a Jewish witness is also to do something. To be a Jewish witness, you cannot just believe in God, you have to believe in yourself. When we pray for peace or love, we don't praise and petition God without challenging ourselves. You can't pray, God heal us, and turn away from our obligation to care for the sick and the poor. You can't pray for Jerusalem without supporting the defenders of Israel. You can't say, God give us freedom, and fail to support those who are dying every day for freedom in Ukraine. You can't say, I want to fight anti-Semitism, and then make excuses for anti-Semites. We don't want to admit that people really are anti-Semites, so we give them a pass. No more passes. If a former president has dinner with a white supremacist Nazi, do you think they're eating gefilte fish? If a billionaire innovator blames his company's problems on the Anti-Defamation League because they're trying to fight anti-Semitism on his new social media phone, is he going to follow up by putting on a yarmulke and dancing the whore? If a Democratic congresswoman says that the Jews have bought off all the politicians and all her friends rush to her defense, are you really going to believe her when she says she didn't know what she was saying? Is she going to follow up by joining Hadassah? These people know exactly what they're saying and exactly what they're doing. Stop making excuses for them. To be a witness, you must tell the truth to yourself. You are a witness on the witness stand, sworn to tell the whole truth. On the high holidays, this is what we're called on to do, to tell the truth to ourselves. And I want you to know this, on these high holidays, God is a witness to your life. God knows if you're willing to take a stand. You can't just swear on a Bible or pray on a prayer book and say, Kana Hora, keep the evil eye away from me. That's not what prayer is about. Mrs. Rubenstein, at her age, took a stand, and a guilty man was sentenced, and an innocent man went free. Now, Mrs. Rubenstein has seen a lot more of life than I have, and I don't know anything about carburetors like Mona Lisa Vito. But I can try to be a person who stands up for what I know to be true. And we can say to all the haters and all the liars, we are proud of who we are a great and moral people, we're not going to let you twist us in knots with your sinister cleverness, we're not going to let you bring us down or confuse us about our identity, we will respond to accusations based on nothing more than your evil imaginations. We know who we are. We have been God's witnesses for thousands of years, and we're here to tell the truth. Page 123. Please rise. The silent devotion will be found on page 125. We'll read from page 125 to 139. 125 to 139. Yes. We'll rise again. There's a repetition on page 140. You are presenting.
When she starts looking at her, when she starts looking at her email, same time. It's okay, just go. Her first shattering email, so she's got someone in the ICU. When a dopamine drip, death to cardiac bypass. Right, who cares?
Somebody that Phil was talking to just so right at the end. I don't think so.
So he heard me? Like, you know, it's the thing. I know some things that probably you know, you get to know somebody. It sounds stupid to get to know somebody. Listen to 600 times the same bars to a bar. Oh,
Page 143, Thematic.
Rosh Hashanah Yikateinu, U'yom Kippur Yikateinu, Havayamru V'chava Yikareinu, Rosh Hashanah Yikateinu.
But teshuvah, tefillah, and tzedakah have the power to transform the harshness of our destiny. Our praise of you accords with your essential nature, slow to anger and easily appeased. You do not desire the death of the sinner, but rather that we change our ways and live. You wait until the day of death, and if one returns, you accept that person back immediately. Truly, you are their creator. You know the nature of your creatures, that they are only flesh and blood. Each person's origin is dust, and each person will return to the earth having spent life seeking sustenance. Scripture compares human beings to a broken shard, withering grass, a shriveled flower, a passing shadow, a fading cloud, a fleeting breeze, scattered dust, a vanishing dream. And you are the sovereign living God ever present. Please be seated. We're on page 146, full meaning, letter Aleph. On page 147, we'll read the page responsibly in English, the whole page. God considers the good of all those who keep God in mind. God carves out the lifespan of all that is alive. God's goodness flows to the deserving and to the undeserving. God knows the nature of all creatures. God's power is limitless, fashioning all that is. God's dwelling place is hidden beyond the heavens. God is the supreme ruler of all. God acts with love in each generation. God is patient, even overlooking the sins of those who are rebellious. Full meaning on page 148. Page 149 of Painting Commons. On page 150, we'll read the page together in English. And all shall come to serve you, praise your honored name, proclaiming your just rule in every island. Nations that knew you not will seek you, even those that live at the ends of the earth will laud you, constantly proclaiming God is great. They shall put away their idols, bury their icons, and come as one to serve you. At the rising of the sun, those who seek you will be inspired with law, and those that err will recognize the power of your sovereignty and learn wisdom. They will speak of your salvation. Acceding to your rule, mountains will burst with song, and islands rejoice in your sovereignty. You will be extolled in the gathering of nations, as distant people will journey to crown you as sovereign. We're at the top of page 151. Page 153, yes, Shabbat Yismechu B'malchutecha Shomrei 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 Shabbat Shomrei Shabbat Yismechu B'malchutecha Shomrei 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 Shabbat Shomrei Shabbat Shomrei, 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 Shabbat Shomrei, 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 Shabbat Shomrei Shabbat Yismechu B'malchutecha Shomrei, 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 Shabbat Shomrei Shabbat. Towards the bottom of 153, Ophila La'el. Please rise for the special Elena, page 154 is the architect. Please be seated. We're now on page 156. On page 156, from the middle of the page to the bottom, we'll read together in English. As it is written in your Torah, Adonai will be sovereign forever and ever. God does not gaze upon the sins of Jacob or look upon the errors of Israel. Adonai, their God, is with them, his sovereignty proclaims in their midst. God became sovereign and assured as the leaders of the people gathered with the tribes of Israel. It was also written in Psalms, for sovereignty is Adonai's. God rules over the nations. Adonai is sovereign, robed in strength, girded in strength. So the earth is established on sure foundation. Lift up high in the gates, lift up the eternal doors, so that the sovereign of glory may enter. Who is the sovereign of glory? Adonai mighty and valiant, Adonai mighty in battle. Lift up high in the gates, lift up the eternal doors, so that the sovereign of glory may enter. Who is the sovereign glory? Adonai Tzvaot is the sovereign glory forever. Namar, 5 lines from the bottom on 156. And now on page 160, in the middle of the page, again, we're skipping quite a bit because we're not blowing the shofar this morning as we will tomorrow. So we're going to start in the middle of page 160 and read the second half of the page together in English. This day which you, God of Jacob, established as a ritual for the people of Israel, and as a day of judgment, marks the beginning of your creation, a reminder of the very first day. And this is a day of decree for all nations, war, peace, famine, or abundance. Every creature is called to account, reckoned for life and death. Who has not remembered this day? Everyone's record is set before you, each individual's actions and their consequences, all that people do, all that humans think and plan, and all that each of us intends. Blessed is the person who does not forget you, the one who draws strength from you. For those who seek you will never stumble, will never be shamed. Surely the record brought the evil flow, destroying all flesh because of their evil deeds. Did you not assure him with words of salvation and compassion? So his memory, Adonai our God, came before you, and his descendants became as numerous as the dust of the earth, and his children. We're on page 161, the middle of the page, the holiday day. Page 165, the Namar Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Page 167, verse 7. יוצר קריט חיים ברוך Page 169. Please rise for Hayom, page 170. Please be seated. Reader's Cottage, page 171. Amen. In Calvino, page 172. Please rise for our Lane, page 173.
No. You're right, Nancy. I'm off by 20 minutes. Good thing she doesn't scare you. Please be seated. Almighty and eternal Father, in mercy as in joy, thou, our source of life, art ever with us. As we recall with affection those whom thou hast summoned unto thee, we thank thee for the example of their lives, for our sweet companionship with them, for the cherished memories and the undying inspiration they leave behind. During this week, we'll observe the following yard sites: Estelle Person Rumenoff, Mother Michael Rumenoff; Eva Hoffman Kramer, Mother Kenneth Kramer; Herbert E. Bloom, husband of Anne E. Bloom; Lillian Tessler, sister of Simeon Gilman; Maurice Bernstein, Father Martin Bernstein; Pauline Rosenfeld, grandmother of Leslie Pollack; Rachel Zonkoff, mother-in-law of Marty Rudnick; Jean Marcus, mother of Deborah Brown; Joseph Sisler, Father Ruth Kleinfeld; Morris Zdarsky, husband of Marilyn Zdarsky, Father Felicia Rumenoff; Cindy Trachtenberg, Father Judith Walnick; Vega Alter Berezina, mother Sophia Rodov; Lillian Cantor, aunt of Diane Borodkin; Marjorie Abrams, sister of Edward Green, Jordan Green, and Michael Green;
mother Todd Abrams and Scott Abrams, Rita Rudnick, wife of Marty Rudnick, Sadie Capeloric, aunt of David C. Green, Bernie Bauman, father of Esther Bauman Fisser, Jeff Ossen, uncle Neil Zombach, Joseph Feingold, father-in-law of Sharon Feingold, Wolfgang Marcuse, father of Ilana Danilowitz, Gladys Field, grandmother Brian Lake, and great-grandmother Aaron Jacob and Shana, Mel Nadelman, father of Amy Jo Brow, Jack Zelkowitz, father of Betty Litto, Anna Massey, mother of Harvey Massey, Elsie Green Amster, mother of Talia Standler, Harvey Bayer, father of Sandra Weissman, and May Richmond, aunt of Geraldine Solomon. In solemn testimony to that unbroken faith, which links the generations one to another, let those who mourn now rise to magnify and sanctify thy holy name. Mourner's Cottage, page 174. Yit Adal, Yit Kadash, Yamad, Yirach, Yirteh, Yamlik, Makuteh, V'chaye Kom, Yomei Kom, V'chaye, V'chol Beit Yisrael. Ma'agalah, V'zman Karib, Yibru, Amen. Yishe Rabba, Borach, Shalom Yomai. Yit Barach, Yishtabach, Yit Har, Yit Ramah, Yit Naseh, Yit Hadar, Yit Haleh, Yit Halal, Shemei, Yishah, Refu, Le'elah, Minkol, Birchata, Shirata, Tushbachata, Nechemata, Dami, Randi, Allah, Yibru, Amen. Yehei, Shlama, Rabba, Mishmaya, V'chaim Aleinu, V'al Kol Yisrael, Yibru, Amen. Oseh Shalom, Yiramav, Hu Yaseh Shalom, Aleinu, V'al Kol Yisrael, Yibru, Amen. Please be seated.
This evening, Rosh Hashanah's second night of service will begin at 6:45. Tomorrow's second day service will begin at 9 a.m. There will be a Tashlik service following the Sunday afternoon, right after service tomorrow. Here are the announcements for this week. There will not be junior congregation tomorrow. However, junior congregation will take place on Yom Kippur at 10 a.m. till noon, and we look forward to seeing the children then again. The TBS Book Club will meet to discuss The Hill Climb by Amanda Gorman on Monday, September 18th at 7 o'clock. There will be a TBS Safety and Security Committee meeting on Monday evening as well. There will be a Men's Club Yiddish Live advance on Monday at 8 p.m. Registration link will be in the Temple tablet. There will be a board directors meeting on Zoom only on Tuesday, September 19th at 7:15 p.m. following Minyan. The Rabbi's Bible class takes place every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock following Minyan. Please join us at 6:45 for Minyan. Congregants are invited to join the Hebrew School in creating sukkah decorations and enjoying crafts on Sunday, September 24th from 10:15 a.m. until noon. Celebration will continue at 11:15 with some schmoozing and brunch. RSVP link will be in the next Temple tablet. Save your paper for the fall document shredding event taking place on Sunday, October 29th from 9 to noon in the parking lot. It's a new year, and if you want to have lots of laughs, hysterical times, and a rewarding experience in a non-judgmental setting, you can join us and sing with the TBS singers. Come and join us in celebrating Rabbi Shlomo's 40 years at Temple Echelon. We're looking for adults of all ages, experience, and abilities. If interested, please contact the Temple office or Steve Schulman. Home liturgy services will take place on Sunday, September 24th at 6:45 p.m. Please bring a donation of non-perishable food items as we continue to support the Hampton Food Bank. Yom Kippur morning services will take place on Monday, September 25th at 9 a.m. and closing services at 10 a.m. And then Yom Kippur, Mincha, Yitzchak, and the Yila services will be on Monday, September 25th, starting at 5 o'clock. Please join us then after Yom Kippur for breakfast in the back of the Sofa Hall. As always, grocery gift cards for Stop and Shop, ShopRite, and Big Y are available for purchase in the Temple office. You receive 5% back on every gift card sold. When you leave today, please take your monsters with you to put back at the tables. It just makes it easier for those coming in, and then we know how many we have available. And as you leave, please also thank the ushers and thank the security guard and our police officer. As I understand, our officer has been on shift since 11 o'clock last night, so we are appreciative of her. Shabbat shalom, and thank you.
We'd like to thank everybody who participated so beautifully in our service. There's so many people that I may forget somebody who will try. Shira Rosenblatt, Ed Kaplan, Jeff Gruen, Marty Katz, Mike Reichler, Rita Seltzer, and Artie Seltzer. If I'm forgetting somebody, please apologies, but we're very happy that so many people are included in so many new ways. We're going to conclude with the Adon Olam on page 175. After the Adon Olam and the closing prayer, please allow those of us on the beam to get out to the lobby so that we can greet you and wish you a happy page 175 Adon Olam.
Adon Olam, Hashem Olam, Mitzvah Kol Yisir Yira, V'yetah Shalom V'Nesoko, Azayin Eleh Shimon Yikra, V'Yacharei Yivotako, V'Yacharei
Please rise for the closing prayer. Oseh Shalom Amav, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael. Amen. May He brings harmony on high, bring harmony to us and to all Israel. Let us say Amen.
Switch to the
May we all
sanctuary.
be subscribers over the year. Shabbat Shalom.
Yeah, just leave that up there. We'll let it stream. Just in I think we should have done one day.
Yeah. They had go reform.
It wouldn't. What do you need?
Most, except for others, were supposed to return. But if you want to leave,
Thank you. I appreciate it.
so I had put over here.
No, you're good.
I know it's worth a lot. Are you coming tonight?
6:45.
Are you coming tomorrow?
Yes, absolutely. You'll say by saying. But I think I'm skip tonight. I'm back.
Good. Where? New Haven. Good.
Watch out.
You'll be here tomorrow.
You too.
What happened when somebody was talking?
I noticed and all of a sudden I started looking. Around the third to the last page, and your second to last, third to last bottom. They didn't disjoin. And there's no difference in water. I scanned.
You're doing a great job.
I'm not blaming you. I'm
You're
just
doing a
saying.
great job. Yeah.
And he was sent here. Very few people here, more on Zoom, so in honor, we were going.
All right, remember that.
Looking
Yes.
for who had the honor to end up with one of the highlights. But things happen. Like all of a sudden, this is the one that controls that camera and the camera on top. And all of a sudden the mouse went dead. So I just played with it. I didn't want to play with it during service in case it did something because I don't want to disrupt that when the stream was. So the camera just popped it up, took the battery out, put it back in. Started working again, but I guess the battery was running. So if they don't have one here,
You're doing a great job. Do you want to say anything?
David.
Will do. I'll talk to you later. Okay. Will do.
David, should we kill the stream? Although I'm not sure if I can't hear because it's. Where did you start it? Oh, this here. Oh wait, go! Oh, you were there.
Yeah.
Oh, just send stream right there.
Are you coming tonight?
Do we need to record it somehow? No, it does it automatically. And